BuddyBid combines the excitement of a live auction with the look and feel and power of your brand and the viral nature of Facebook to transform your social media marketing into real sales. Meet Kate. She is the marketing manager for the Adventure Company. Kate has succeeded in building a large and active audience on Facebook. Now she's faced with a new challenge: to find a way to turn those likes into sales, while still being fun and engaging without forcing her fans out of Facebook. With BuddyBid, Kate can now engage her fans and their friends with exciting, adrenaline-fueled live auctions held directly in their feeds. Fans can move instantly from "I like it" to "I want it" and spread her brand in the process. Kate has unlocked the viral power of Facebook with real fans giving their ultimate endorsements for her brand. Audience reach is up, brand engagement is through the roof, and she can reward all her passionate fans with additional offers matched to their budgets. Kate is happy, fans are happy, boss is happy too, because the company is identifying its preferred fans who actually meet with the bottom line. For you, BuddyBid helps your company discover the true value of your products and services, from the little things through to the big things and everything in between. Come join the thousands of marketers like you and transform your social media content into real value for your customers and your brand.
Right. So, we're preparing for commerce everywhere. And the cool thing about BuddyBid is we're a commerce channel inside of Facebook that adopts price discovery, so that's the auction model, but also straight buy now. 80% of the sales in our platform are just simply people buying inside of Facebook. A lot of people say, well, nobody goes to Facebook to buy. And you're right, I don't go to Facebook to look to buy something, but what our customers are finding is a lot of people are buying in Facebook. And what's also cool about BuddyBid is we're wrapping around your brand. So you're a business, you might throw a lot of deals up on Groupon or Grab One or something like that. Yeah, even eBay. Nice watch, where'd you get it? I got it on eBay. You know, it's sort of, it pulls people over to these 2.0 portals. And you know, if you're a brand owner, you're not getting any love in that offline conversation between friends. And arguably the most interesting thing about BuddyBid is every time somebody buys or bids on something, several things are happening. One, my friends see that I'm engaging with that brand in a way that means more than just a like. And we're also identifying hot, actionable data, phone number, email address, etc. So, anyways, and also, sorry. And one more thing on the actionable data, we're getting. Every time somebody bids, we dropping cookies and then steering the next bit of advertising dollars spent inside of Facebook in a smart, ever-increasing way. So we can spend $1 on Facebook smarter than anyone can because we know who's ready to buy as opposed to those.
On that, what we're putting a solution to is finding that waste element in business around how people are spending their budgets within Facebook and other social platforms. The idea that the first layer of e-com was there to sort of be built on social, dragging people out of social into your e-commerce site, that bring it home philosophy, is not working, we know that. So our first drive was to address the waste that we're seeing within business and provide them some meaningfulness about being in social. So the 80% bounce rate that we're looking at, we're reducing that down to sub 30 to sub 40 for your average marketing aim.
The market's massive. The target addressable is any business spending money on Facebook. We're killing it in these verticals, beverages, motors. We have 25% of New Zealand cars on for sale inside of Facebook now. Our business model is based on transactional, clip the ticket of sales plus a a monthly recurring, and for the larger customers, access to that intelligence and data. And listen, we're hitting our numbers. We've just been in market for one year now. We have customers in 44 countries. We're hitting our numbers. Our case studies are, I mean, I'll just go through them. Lots nice and fun. But I mean, everything from chickens to geckos to, you know, diamond rings, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so, no, I mean, we got our choreography a little bit off here. That was okay. But so, congratulations, one. It's really clear what you're doing, right? You pivoted in the middle of your third sentence, though, because you positioned it as an auction site. You said, well, not really.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, really, most of the business is actually buying stuff. So it's really Facebook e-commerce, right?
It's Facebook e-commerce. The carrot we're finding is the auction. You get people in. We're learning so much about who's ready to buy, and then it's that data allows us to do follow-up offers to all the underbidders and sell. And that's where a lot of the commerce goes.
We talk a lot about transactional content. So content, make it immediately transactionable. And in terms of the auction or variable price setting, we're seeing companies use that as looking at setting price strategies around different products and different segments of marketplace. And also, right now, you've got companies who are just trying to find people in social who are willing to transact in it. At the moment, the vast majority of the sector is dragging people out of social and sort of that bring it home mentality to where their preferred transactional space is. And that's a company preference, not a consumer preference.
Yeah.
So we're just surfacing that demand in social right now, and auction is particularly good for that because there's a lot of learned behaviour already embedded within most of the marketplaces that we're looking at.
So your experience is you're finding that your customers do want to offer or start with auctioning as a way of enticing or discovering intention. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, customers are typically have invested a lot in social, and someone above them saying, where's the return?
Yeah.
And that's where we start.
Okay.
And then we say, right, well, we can do that. And then here's this whole data play underneath it that's not just big data, but actionable data.
Okay. So most of your customers are coming in basically because they want an efficient, effective commerce site embedded in Facebook, right? That's really what's happening. The auction thing may or may not be critical.
Correct.
That's what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay. So now, I mean, my own experience is, at least in the United States, not many people think of Facebook as a commerce site. But I've seen around the world, I was stunned to discover that people are, their livelihoods are e-commerce on Facebook.
Yeah.
That there are, that this is happening a lot. And so, I don't know, where is the center of gravity for this opportunity? Is it?
I think it's growing fast. We're seeing
Everywhere,
demand.
you're saying.
Yeah, we're seeing demand in the U.S. as well. I think we're still very much under the radar, and kind of like to be remain there if we could. Because
there are certain territories that we're finding are much easier to control. Like Singapore, for example, is really interesting because they haven't had that 10-year e-com development. So you're not going into organisations with vested people in the company going, well, we spent 5 years building this e-com site. What are you talking about? Like bringing our transactional space over here. So we're finding a lot of, and they're also a really great social penetration rate, right? So low e-com, high social penetration, those sorts of models we think they target us.
Okay, that was my anecdotal experience. Southeast Asia is a very different world than America in this regard. Yeah, okay.
So there are obviously others that are doing this. You guys are not the only ones out there, right?
Yeah, I mean.
So who are they, and why? Why you guys?
So there's the closest competitors that we can find is your traditional e-commerce shopping cart that you just put up into your Facebook page. What we're finding is they're all built around pulling people out of Facebook back to the home e-commerce transaction where you have to create a username and password, remember your old password, go through all of that, your bounce rates are still 50, 60, 70%. Our transaction actually happens inside of Facebook, and nobody else has a price discovery platform like ours. So at the moment, I can't find
You guys are onto something really awesome here. I think that, we just need to figure out how will you guys go fast enough out there.
Yeah.
So what are your next steps right now?
We're hiring right now in sales. I'm not joking.
But what's your global strategy now? How are you going to take this from being, you're seeing great results from this, and you're seeing that this is an added way now. And yes, I do believe that you can actually, we're not doing it as much maybe in the US yet, but definitely that why leave, right? Why go somewhere else? Why not just use this and utilize that? So I think that's brilliant. I'm fed up with going to so many different places to do things. You just want to have one place to go to. In the end, I just want to have everything to work in one place. So I think this is brilliant. I just need to know, do you guys have muscles now to, run with this? And what are your next strategy? What are your next steps?
Well,
Go ahead.
right now, we've spent a year at market testing demand curves in certain territories and our pricing models. In terms of the challenge we're currently facing to the growth, implementation and distribution is hard for us. So where the demand that we're facing, like any startup, we're struggling to get the resource to grow smoothly with the verticals that we've got. So we're currently sort of at the moment pushing back on some customers because we know we can't service the big implementation builds from enterprise, so that's a challenge. In terms of short sales cycle programs, the motorcycle was a test for us in terms of how fast can we sell it and how lightly can we put it into businesses. So we've concentrated on motors. In New Zealand, that's a particularly well-lit sector because of a company called Trade Me that's really taken that market up. And over the last 16 weeks, we've signed up 25% of that market with a very, very light touch on the phone, scripted sales cycle. So we're sort of looking at different segments and markets to enable that volume just to be turned up. So
We have a very strong board. We raised capital last year. One of our biz dev / investors is former head of Microsoft Global, Thomas Wittig, also spent 10 years on the board of SAP, and he's adding a lot of value based out of Europe. And we're looking to raise capital to expand the sales force.
So where are you now, and where do you think you can get to?
Yep. We are 1% at this point. We have a team of 12, and we want to double that just in sales. We want to grow in sales.
So how many customers now?
Oh, sorry, customers. So we have 112 customers paying, 700 and something. Actually 810 now. Trials. And 500 customers looks like very profitable for us. So at that point, we have a decision about how much we push the gas pedal in terms of raising capital.
So what are the economics of a customer?
Yep. Well, so far our value per customer per year is about just over $5,000. So they're averaging out at about $500 a month, and so that's there's 68% GP on those. So
that excludes the percentage transactional fee. So that's base bill plus license fee. The third column of this case is a negotiated transactional fee per vertical. So
so 3% across the board, but some verticals like motors, we're not taking 3% of a car sale, for example.
How much have you guys raised?
Close to 2. Yeah.
2 million?
In total, yeah.
All right, great.
Right,
Outstanding.
no, really good. Good luck.